Good morning. Welcome back to another Scuttlebutt. It's Saturday, so obviously I'm by myself. I'm actually trying something new today. So as you can see, I'm in the studio, which is actually our bedroom. It's just the corner, one little corner of our bedroom is where I have my desk and laptop. Hopefully sound is okay, lighting is okay. Obviously, until we can actually get a studio set up, be able to have like some background type something, shelving. So that one of the things that we actually would like to do in the future, one of the things that I would like to do, I know Gladys is fine with it too, but is all of our military memorabilia, all of our Navy memorabilia. So plaques, coins, just different. I have some flags. I have a few different things, right? All stuff that we plan to decorate the studio with whenever that time comes. So obviously, there's still a lot of work needs to be done and such, but yeah, we're getting there. So I'm gonna enjoy some coffee. I'm actually on to my second cup this morning, and may or may not be able to hear in the background too. Kiddo is actually catching up on some schoolwork today. Yes, Saturday. She still has to do schoolwork sometimes. So, what's on the agenda for today? Well, what I wanted to work on this weekend, I was not able to do because I'm waiting on material. So, we actually have here locally a rock crusher plant, or like a quarry for granite, and they do well here. I don't know what they call it near you, but for like driveway type gravel or different stuff, it's a really great base material because it is granite, but it has all the fines. So it's like a 3/4 crush roughly. So what that means, right, is that all the granite pieces are about 3/4 ish size, inch roughly. Okay. And then, but the SB2 also has all of like the fines, right? So it has all the dust and stuff like that from the crusher kind of mixed in with it. So what that happens, right, is whenever that gets wet or gets compacted, it actually makes a really good surface for the road. It'll actually kind of lock everything in, gets hard, and they actually use that around a lot of our dirt roads and stuff like that here as of lately. Now, yes, is it permanent? Does it wash out? Yes, it can wash out. So it's not like 100%, perfect, right? Obviously, it's not like some of the roads where they lay down the gravel and cover it with tar and stuff like your chip and seal, things like that. It's not like that, or a concrete driveway, right? Obviously, we would love to be able to have concrete driveway. We actually plan to do that at some point, right? But anyway, what I was talking about is the projects that I'm currently working on was the bench. Okay, so if you haven't caught that, that's actually part one has already been put out. That came out yesterday, and it didn't do too so hot. Words are hard right now. Right? It did not do so hot for the first release. So I always look at stuff kind of as it breaks down, and YouTube kind of does the same thing, right? So the first 24 hours that you're going to get a lot of impressions or different things. Basically, impressions is how many times YouTube is sharing your video. And I like to actually go in and check that at the 12-hour mark, and then again at the 24-hour mark. And I'll look, and it also compares the video that you're putting out to the last 10, right, that you've posted. And then it assigns it between a 1 and 10. Okay, so the video that came out yesterday was an 8, right? So it's at the lower of the list compared to our last 10 videos. And a lot of times whenever that happens, right, I'll go in, I might change a title, or I might change the thumbnail, or whatever it is, because for whatever reason, it just didn't do so hot, right? So Yeah, but that video is out. And since the new rock crusher here locally has been reopened, right? My rock guy that I have deliver my stuff, he has not been there yet to get pricings. So, and plus they're not open on weekends either, right? They're not open Saturday and Sunday because previous ownership, they used to be open. They used to be open on Saturdays, but now they're not. So they are closed Saturday and Sunday. So I cannot get that materials until Monday. Now the other bad part too was, well, good and bad. All right. So obviously that previous owner had closed for a reason, right? They lost or had to sell or for whatever reason. So originally, that the owner of that quarry used to sell the materials to the drivers at tax free if they were paying cash. So yeah, with that being said, right, is things can happen, right? To where if it's a cash business, right, a lot of times those people will not report that, right, and they keep all that money for themselves. So is it good business? Not necessarily, right? And that's probably a good reason why they ended up having to sell. So now it's under new ownership, and with that, right, that new owner has also there's sales tax, right, and they've also changed the pricing of the material just a little bit. I mean, it's still reasonable for what it is, right? And the last time that we had ordered this material, right, our driver was having to go almost an hour away. So it was an hour there, hour back. And then for the cost of the material there, it's been open a little bit longer. They're a little more established, right? So obviously their cost is going to be lower, but he had to raise the cost because of the travel, right? So, but now that he's able to pick it up again locally, it's still going to be right around the same price because the new ownership, right? They're not established. Their prices are a little higher than some of the other quarries in the area, but for delivery, right? Because until I can buy, a dump trailer and have a truck to haul it with, obviously I have to hire someone to come do that. So, and we have a really great guy. He's local to the area. He only delivers to the local county. He doesn't go outside of our county. Okay, and then, but a great old guy, right? He's been doing it many years. So, with that being said, is his fee, right, kind of comes out to about the same of what it was. So we're okay. It's still, my eyes, a reasonable cost for the material. Obviously, we'd always like to be able to get something a little cheaper if we can, but hey, it is what it is, right? And we're supporting local business now because it's the local delivery guy, our local quarry, and being able to do these projects, right? So yeah, there's that. Now, with part 2 of the school bench, the cedar bench that I was doing for the school stop, I can't continue to do that, right, until those materials get here, along with some other projects I want to do with those materials. So I ended up doing another project, right? So that's what's going to be coming out to you Monday, and it's something that I've not necessarily been putting off for a long time, even though the description kind of says that I've been putting it off for a while. Yeah, it's a long time in my eyes because it's something that I probably should have fixed right then and there, and I didn't. But now it's kind of good. I don't know. I still need to kind of look at it a little bit. It's not going to be in the video of doing stuff. I did kind of talk about what it is. So, but anyway, come Monday, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. So we definitely thank every single person that is following our journey, both here and the main channel and such, and just helping us grow by sharing out our videos, hitting the like button, leaving us a comment. We read 100% of every single comment. Now, do we always reply to those comments right away? No. The reason for that, right? I always wait at least, or not always, but I try to wait 24 hours. That allows members, right? It allows our members to be able to comment on a video. They also get early release. So if they're watching a video and they leave us a comment, I will answer those comments. But if I have not seen a comment, or I have not seen the members, right, release a comment, then I still wait that first day, that first 24 hours, to give them the opportunity to leave us a comment. Okay? And then after that is whenever I go back through. Now, is that subject to change whenever we move forward as the channel grows? Who knows? Maybe. I do know, like talking with other people, right? Obviously, the more you go, the more comments you're going to get. It's really hard to keep up with that. Now, that's just answering every single comment, right? I do try to answer every single comment. Now, obviously, if you're leaving us just like little emojis, right? The little whatever it is, then 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna give a heart, give a thumbs up, and go on. I'm not actually leaving a reply to that because it's, or I'm just gonna answer it with an emoji itself, right? It's something quick. Plus, if you didn't know too, is sometimes YouTube will actually give us just a generic response, but it's AI, right? So it's stuff that it kind of sees how I answer comments, and it takes a lot of those things, and it kind of gives me suggestions of, hey, this is things that you've said before, you and it gives you 2 or 3 options of being able to reply. And some of them actually turn out pretty okay. And it's like, well, yeah, I'd probably say something like that. So I'll use those, right? And it's all that is it helps speed up the process of answering comments to you. But yeah, like I said, membership for that, you're gonna get your comments read first. You get to watch the videos first. As long as if you're just an introductory member, you don't get a chance to watch the videos early. You have to be at least a Cluck Cluck Gang and above for that. But yeah, with that, you're still going to get all your comments read first. You get the little emojis, which I need to make another emoji for the Redheaded Mistress. I do have one in there for Lil Mac, but I need to make one for the tractor. And then, what else? Oh, the actual tractor name. So this weekend is the last weekend you get a chance to get over to our community tab on the main channel for picking and voting for the name that you like the most. So I know people have been leaving us comments and stuff like that saying, oh, try this name or try that name or add this name. And last Monday was whenever we had posted the names that we were utilizing, all the entries that we've gotten, and we were not adding any other names to the list. So with that, right, and I know some people have left us comments saying, well, this was my vote, and that's fine, right? But yeah, any other new names that was not already on the list did not get added because we had already had those names previously. From us is names that I chose, names that Gladys chose, and then names that y'all chose, right? So we took basically all 3 groups, and that's why there was 3 things, and that went on for about a week, and then those were the names that we got. Gladys only chose 1 name, so I had to kind of throw in names from y'all into her group, and then names that I chose it was on my group, and then obviously all the names from y'all went into its own group. So yeah, and as of right now, come Monday, I'm going to go in there and actually choose which name, what are the top 3, And then I'm going to recreate another poll over on our community page for members only at the introductory level and above. And then our members are going to get a chance to choose which name it is. So if you'd like to be a part of that, definitely get over to the main channel, hit the join, and yeah, let's go pick a name for the tractor. Once again, so you only got 2 days left, today and tomorrow, and that's it. Because come Monday, basically whatever is there, whatever I get up in the morning, I will check it and see where it's at, and those will be the names that will move forward. All right, so we definitely thank you all, and let you know too that shirts are coming for that. So make sure you're getting down into all of our descriptions and checking out the links that we have provided, like the Bonfire store, right? To be able to get your shirts and hats and all those things like that for that. That's it. That's all I got for you today. That's it. Can't think of anything else. So hopefully this turned out okay. Obviously there's no decoration, so it's kind of I know. I'm sorry. We will improve moving forward once we're able to get into a studio. All right. So we definitely thank you all once again. Get out there, thank a veteran with every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy Saturday, friends. Happy Saturday, friends. Wow.